Do you have cracks in your foundation? In Matthew chapter 7, verse 24, the Bible says, "Everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a man who built his house on a rock." You know, the other day, I was at the gas station putting some air in one of my tires that had gone a little bit low. And as I kneeled down to pump the air into the tire, I noticed that there was a crack in the pavement. And it had rained the day before I was doing this. And as I looked at the crack in the pavement, there was some water that was flowing in my direction. And all the water that was flowing was seeping into the crack. And as I looked at the pavement, I could see that apparently this issue had been happening for a while because the pavement was starting to become dislocated from all the water that's been going in. You know what? Life is just like that pavement. When we have cracks in our foundation, there are things that seep in, and over time, they begin to impact our stability. This is why the Lord talked about building your house on a solid foundation. Now, the things that we use to build ourselves on often aren't capable of weathering the storms that life can throw at us. And sometimes we build for the big storms, and we should. But let's also take the time to pay attention to the small things, like the cracks in the foundation. You know, so many Christians pay attention to the big glaring issues that they have in their lives. I've got this sin, I've got that sin. And those are the ones that we address. And don't get me wrong, we should address them. But don't overlook those small things that are also going on in your life that aren't as glaring as the other ones, but they're just as important because they're also allowing things to seep into your life. Christ is the best foundation to build your life upon. There are no cracks in him. And when you build upon him, I don't care how strong the storm of life is, if your house is resting on Christ, you're guaranteed that it's going to survive whatever this world can throw at you.